Yes. It's steel.
But you can't be any geek off the street. Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean.
Keeping it real.
Hello, and
welcome back
to the channel. My name is Steven, and this is Steel Keeping It Real. So, you know what today is? It's Throwback Thursday. And because it is Throwback Thursday, what I do is dig deep into the crates and select something from the past to present to you. If you have heard it before, that is great. Inform some of the other people of how great this song is by leaving a comment. If you haven't heard it before, tell me how you think about it and leave a comment. Now, this last song I'm going to do on Throwback Thursday is the 1991 classic Set Adrift, A Memory Bliss by PM Dawn. Now, when PM Dawn stepped on the scene in the very early 90s, it was a breath of fresh air. But there was a kind of like a similarity between the whole movement that was going on, to whereas there was this black socially conscious, where the black medallion, where the tribal colors, the red, the black, the green, or whatever you wanted to wear at that time, and where kind of a animal print and things like that, to whereas it was kind of raising awareness for what was happening over in South Africa, which led to some people starting to boycott artists playing in South Africa. But then you go to the flip side, like PM Dawn, and they were a little bit more cerebral as well, and they were more on the lines of hippie-ish, wearing tie-dyes and that kind of colors, and these cool sunglasses, the round sunglasses, and and having beautiful voices. PM Dawn did. But in this video, in this song, they are actually kind of rapping and singing, and they use a great sample that I know if you are a reactor, or if I know if you are a human being, that you know the song True by Spandau Ballet. And that's what they use as a sample for this song. Interesting fact, the name Spandau Ballet is a term that comes from World War II. And what it was is that it was the movement that people would make when they were being gassed in the gas chambers that was happening at the concentration camps. It's kind of weird that you hear that term and it's like, hey, let's be a band called that. Back in the early 80s or even late 70s, when Spandau Ballet was formed, you were having all these artists out there that were coming up with these provocative names, so Sex Pistols and things of that sort. So this one was actually until you actually research it, you're like, oh, that's a cool name, Spandau Ballet, not knowing the implications behind that name. But they've grown to accept it. Their fans have grown to accept it, and it's not something like all of a sudden now you're like, oh, they had that name and let's cancel them. You know what? Just let it go. So I thank you if you're still here. If you are, please hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification button, because I'm doing 10 to 15 videos each and every week. So, without any further ado, let's get into PM Dawn, Set Adrift, A Memory Bliss.
And here we go.
Set adrift.
I guess. Baby, you send me out. Baby, you send me out. I'm set adrift on limitless. Baby, you send me out. Baby, you send me out. I'm set adrift on limitless. Baby, you send me out. Baby, you send me out. I'm set adrift on limitless. Baby, you send me. Baby, you send me. I'm set adrift on memory bliss of you. Oh, baby, you send me. 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 I'm set adrift on memory bliss of you. Baby, you send me.
So that's Set Adrift to Memory Bliss. As you can see, the lead singer of Spandau Ballet showed up in the video towards the very end. So that's always good when the original artist co-signs on your sample. That's always great. Now the actual beat is one that is used quite a lot. I think it's even on who sampled this list of samples that have been from one artist that have been sampled over 1,000 times, and that's that "Don't Look Any Further" that Sadia Garrett and I can't remember the guy's name, Dennis something. "Don't Look Any Further," which was used on Eric B's "Thinking of a Master Plan." That's a bus sweat inside my hand. It was also used on something else. Well, it's been used so many times. It's on "Don't Forget My Number" by Milli Vanilli, and slightly even on Blame It on the Rain. Somewhere within that it's used quite a bit by Milli Vanilli off of that first album, which there's nothing wrong with that. They did really good with it. Just too bad, the guys that they chose to put up front weren't the actual guys singing on the album. And if you know anything about Milli Vanilli, you know how the story, that's the way it goes, I guess. So it was a very colorful video. Like I said, it's a very socially conscious type of video, but it's a little something that you need to kind of decrypt off of what he was saying. I believe it's the second hip-hop song that mentions Christina Applegate. You gotta put me on, because I believe that's on, I don't know if it's Christina Applegate, but it's Bonita Applebaum, You Gotta Put Me On. And he says Christina. Bonita Applebaum is a song that's done by, I think, A Tribe Called Quest. Bonita Applebaum, You Gotta Put Me On. And he said Christina Applegate. Well, of course, Christina Applegate, this being 1991, and Married with Children was still on the air. Christina Applegate was considered a hot commodity. She was, even for me, because in 1991, that would have made me 22 years old. So she would have been in my wheelhouse of good-looking young woman. A good-looking young woman who was on TV, who everybody would, give their right something to get with Christina Applegate. So it was nice that she got immortalized on this particular song. So, I think that's basically really all I have. There are remixes of this version where they add more of Spandau Ballet's True. You can check those out. But this is just like a taste. I'm like a drug dealer, and I just gave you a taste of what PM Dawn is about. And I'm sure you'll want to come back for more. That's the way it works. So if you are still here, I thank you very much. I really appreciate it. You just don't know how much. I'm about 3 subscriptions away from hitting 600 subscribers, and I am on my way to trying to get 700 just by Thanksgiving, which is more than a month and a half away. And you can help me get there by liking, subscribing, sharing,